Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to talk about moving folders and stacking and why it's important. Now, I'm in the organizer side of Photoshop Elements 10. I am also in folder view. If you're not in folder view, just go to display icon and select folder location. And the other thing is, I purposely didn't put the file names here so that we can just do that one more time, just for practice. And remember to do that, we go to View, Details with a shortcut Control D, then View, Show File Names. But you don't see the file names because you need to increase the thumbnail slider here to the right until we see the file names. Now scroll down until you see the words stacking. Well, actually, let's increase the size one more time so you can really see the names here. Sorry. Okay, until you see stacking, move to 1, stacking, move to 1, stacking, move to 1, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. And we're in chapter 2. Now, our goal is to move those 5 photos to chapter 1. Now, if you're in chapter 2B, then you would move them to chapter 1B. Okay? So how would we do this? Well, the first and the easiest way to do it is to grab the photo, not outside, but the photo area or the thumbnail, grab it and move it to chapter 1. Did you notice that chapter 1 highlights, or excuse me, not highlights, but gets bold? Look again, see? And then we just let go, and it's moved to chapter 1. It's that easy. So let's do that again, but this time let's select 2 pictures. So remember, we would select the first one, shift click the second one, and drag it to chapter 1. And instantly those 2 are moved to chapter 1. Remember that we want to do this in Photoshop Elements so that Photoshop Elements can keep track of what's going on. Now there is another way to do this. You can select the photo first, which is called stacking, move to 1, go to File, and go to Move. And in here you can add 1 photo, more photos, or remove photos. So let's take this photo, and it says Browse. So we're going to select chapter 1, click OK, and instantly that's moved to chapter 1. Now this time instead we're going to move the folder by right-clicking. Let's say I wanted to test you. If you right-click and try to find Move, you won't. You actually have to go back up to File, Move. You can remember to add or remove photos. Browse. It should keep chapter 1 already, which it did. Great. Click OK, and then click OK again. Now, how do we verify that these files were actually moved? Excuse me, photos. I'd say it in back and forth, and I apologize for that. But how do you know that these photos were moved to chapter 1? Let's check chapter 1. And as we can tell, let me scroll down a little here. We see stacking, move to 1, stacking, move to 2, stacking, move to 3, stacking, move to 4, stacking. So the files were moved to chapter 1. That's great. Now, these are all pictures of Sunny Isles. So stacking move to 1 doesn't make any sense. So let's do some practice again and rename these files all at once. So select the first, stacking move to 1, shift click to select the last one, which will select everything in between. Then go to File, Rename, and we'll call it Sunny Isles, SUNNY -ISLES, Sunny Isles, which is in outside of Miami Beach, Florida. Click OK, and instantly these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos have been renamed Sunny Isles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you could imagine, instead of having these 5 folders, or excuse me, instead of having these 5 photos of Sunny Isles, can you imagine if you took 100 pictures, maybe 150, maybe 200, maybe wedding pictures, maybe anniversary pictures, maybe vacation pictures of similar things? Well, you may not want to browse through the media browser here through all 100 to 200 to see the other pictures. It can be a little time consuming. So what they've invented is called stacking. In order to stack the photos, which let's say for example Sunny Isles is all Sunny Isles, right? So let's stack these photos together. So you would select the first one, shift click the last one, which will select them all, then go to Edit, Stack, stack selected photos, And what this does, it puts all the folders into one stack, as indicated by the icon right here. And it says photo stack. So you have three clues actually. You have one that says photo stack, two, there's an icon, and three, there's an arrow. And when you click this arrow, it expands the stack so that you can see the photos inside that stack. If you click it again, it collapses the stack. Now, let's say for sake that this scene that I know is Miami Beach, maybe I will say this is Sunny Isles. So maybe we want to take this picture and add to the Sunny Isles stack. So how would we do that? Well, I would intuitively think I would just drag it and put it into the stack. But in Photoshop Elements, you don't do that. What you have to do is select the stack, edit, stack, expand photos in stack, which will expand the stack. Now to add this photo into that stack, you would select the first photo, select all the photos, including that Miami, soon to be Sunny Isles, and then go to edit, stack, stack selected photos. One or more of the photos in a stack selection is already in a stack. All the photos from that stack will be added to the selection. I hate to say this, but duh. But click OK. And instantly that photo is put into the stack of Sunny Isles. Remember, we can collapse it again. And see how this saves space? So you can imagine if you had 100 of those photos, how much space that would save. And so stacks are extremely important. You know that all your Sunny Isle pictures are in that Sunny Isle stack. So it's not too confusing, and you know where to look, and you know how to expand it. Now, something else I wanted to mention is you can double click on the stack, and it will show only the top photo. Double click again, and it goes back to thumbnail view. Now, let's say that I wanted to change the photo or the front photo of the stack. How would I do that? Well, first I would expand the stack. I would select the photo that I want instead, maybe this photo. Then right click, stack, set as top photo. Now collapse the stack, and now this is the top photo of the stack. Double click, and there you go. Now this top photo represents Sunny Isles, and all the related items are together in the stack. Click again, back to thumbnail view. Now what we didn't talk about is how do you remove a photo from the stack? Well, expand the stack again, select that Miami Beach, right click, stack, not unstack photos, not collapse photos, remove photo from the stack. Collapse the stack again by clicking the icon, and there you go. It's just that easy. Now, just on a side note and something that I wanted to talk about, let's say that this file right here of Miami Beach was missing, or you moved it outside of a location and Photoshop Elements can't find it. How would you reconnect it? Well, instead of this picture, you would see a question mark icon, and when you see that, you would select that picture, go to File, and then Reconnect. And see it says Missing File, and then you will find that file, and then it will bring it back. Or you can choose All Missing Files. It's real easy. But right there, File, Reconnect for any files that are missing or that you've moved outside of Photoshop Elements. In the next lesson, we'll talk about organize and finding your photos quickly.